Hello. Which is your call sign? Solokha. Could you explain the origin of this call sign? Is there a family association? Yes, it is related to my family. It goes back to my ancestors. Please tell me, how did your war start? Did you appear in Donbass immediately, or it was another place? The full-scale war began for me from 24th, as soon as the invasion began. In search of a unit, I wanted to join Azov. I have many acquaintances in Azov. But I was calling, waiting, everyone's reply was to wait. Wait, because there have been a big influx of people. They could not assign more people, all units were already full. People did not manage to process all the applicants. I called Igor Lapin and so on, arrived in Zhytomyr to join as volunteer, and immediately went with him in Donbass. After 1 month, it comes out that in 1 month we set off to Dobropilya, and from Dobropilya already in Popasna. We just met you there for the first time. There was plenty hot days. What emotions did you feel when you had to pull back from Lysychansk? Was there a feeling of pessimism, shall we say, negative from the fact that you had to retreat? This time we have a second deployment, the second trip, as it comes out. Let's put it that way, emotions are completely different and thoughts are different. Now you can realize many things that you could not realize on your first deployment, consequences and so on. The first trip was something new. It energized you. Due to adrenaline rush, there was no fear. There was never any fear. We were the first to bring people to Troitske, a little ahead of Troitske. At that time we also had the positions there. I met a girl from the Traitors brigade. She was a medic and she was only 20 years old. She had a birthday right there in Troitsky. They were on position for 11 months, if I'm not mistaken. Such a young girl. It was not the right place for her. What helped as well was the literature. Speaking about the fear, now I am more prudent, because I understand what can happen. Feelings are different. How much have you changed internally during the war? What feelings appeared in you? Let's say more confidence and peace of mind, that you gain new experience. Well, to be honest, I have peace of mind here. You are in your place, where you should be. I can say that I like the army because actually, army did not change yet in our country. But you are in your place, where you should be. And where is your place? What do you like the most about what you do now?
Що вам найбільше подобається в тому, що ви робите зараз?
It's hard to describe in words. It's adrenaline. For example, we were sent back for recovery for 2 months, and you were already bored. You watch news and about everything constantly. It's somehow, although there are not a lot of normal people here, but in the areas you were fighting, you live a piece of yourself mentally. You contribute yourself to this holy war. I think it's a holy war.
Але пам'ятаєте, ми тоді
But we talked to you and your brothers about the fact that people here, in a way, they expected Russia, so-called waiters.
І тоді я питав, а який сенс?
And then I asked you then, what is the point of fighting if most people here don't want to be with Ukraine? How do you answer this question now? Why should we fight? Here in Donbass, for these lands, and for whom are we fighting?
Ми якраз воюємо зараз за світле майбутнє,
We are fighting right now for a future,
за націю.
for the future of the nation, our country, for all these lands.
Я рахую, що так. А місцеві, я не хочу це коментувати.
As for the locals, I don't want to comment this. But if that is the way they chosen, the only answer is the more of them will be destroyed here, the better.
Вони ж все рівно попадають.
They are equally a target and fall under enemy fire, aviation, and artillery. The less of them will remain here, the more safe Ukraine will be.
Як ви думаєте, ця війна, вона поміняє більше?
What do you think about this war? Will it change the mentality of majority of Ukrainian citizens internally? Let's say, could it change the attitude towards our country in first and foremost? Will they be ready to appreciate the fact they are living in Ukraine?
В більшості нічого.
I think that our generation in most cases will nothing change. We see what is happening in our homes. In Volyn, Zhytomyr, or Kyiv.
Що в Житомирі, Київ як живе. Вони живуть вже начебто немає.
People live as if there is no war at the moment.
Поміняється, воно через
It will change after some time.
якраз діточки маленькі.
I think the new generation, our children, I believe when they grow up, they will be the bloom of Ukrainian statehood.
Тобто за деякий час.
Everything takes time.
На все потрібно час. Ми ж бачимо, спілкуємося, багато у нас
We
знайомих.
see, we communicate with many relatives we know from people that were living mainly abroad.
Ти чуєш,
And when you hear from them, they sent you video.
як ці дітки хочуть додому.
All these children want to go home. How this love for the motherland grows in them. And it wouldn't have been like that. We forgot about it.
Старші покоління
I think the older generation have forgotten this.
до батьківщини.
Generally, this has to be done from childhood, the nurture for the love of motherland.
Ці дітки підростуть.
These children will grow up. They will be incredibly strong and fearless in some sense,
Ці сирени, це
with these air raid sirens and everything.
В інтернеті бачив відео.
I saw a video on the internet during the shelling of Odessa as a mother walks with the boy, and the little child is crying, asking, "Why are they shooting me and killing me?"
Цей хлопчик щиро плаче.
The boy was sincerely crying, and this experience will be a lifelong.
У нас, відповідно, це, що ми робимо, це тільки,
What we have is only hope for these little children,
що вони будуть
that they will grow and be brought up as a real Ukrainians,
справжніми українцями,
patriots and just good people,
просто хорошими людьми. Не людиськами,
not just human beings, but people,
тому що багато хто вже втратив.
because many have already lost their human values, as simple as that.
Це ж все роками назбиралось.
These problems piled over the years, and everyone is responsible for this war. This is my opinion.
Нам було чомусь байдуже до 14-го.
We were indifferent until the 2014 and year on. Everyone seen on the media and could not understand that our army was being sold. Weapons were exported somewhere or just taken away. The army was collapsing, and everyone was okay with that. Nobody took notice on the soldiers. And while the war continues, some of the people admire soldiers, sympathize or something else. But the majority, it doesn't matter a lot.
Але обов'язково все зміниться.
But everything will definitely change,
Це все міняється тільки
because it all changes only through blood, when a lot of blood is spilled.
люди згуртовуються. От ми ж бачимо, як
People are rallying, but we can see how people started helping. Everything now subsides again and repeats the year of 14 and 15.
писати.
Яким ви бачите завершення цієї війни?
How do you see the end of this war for yourself? What would you like to do after this war for yourself?
Ну, це в першу чергу вийти на свої кордони.
First of all, we need to return to our borders.
Я не знаю, як правильно, препарація.
I don't have a really good answer. Russia should pay reparations.
Не знаю, чесно.
I honestly don't know.
Ви задали це питання.
Because when you asked this question, I immediately felt restless.
Таке, знаєте, бажання і помсти і так далі.
I have a feeling of revenge, if you know what I mean, both for Belarus and Russia. What's wrong with Belarusians?
А половина ракет з
Where do half of rockets fly from?
території
Where everything is repaired, serviced, people treated.
лікуються.
Is this on territory of Russia? It's Belarus.
Просто, ну,
Але ж там
вони
є і
є
There
партизанський
співучасники.
is also a partisan movement, of course.
рейк,
Rail war, undermining Russian logistics.
Їх
які
навіть багато.
воюють в Україні.
There are Belarusians fighting in Ukraine, a lot of them here.
Але хоча б знищення, я не знаю, для наших кордонів.
We should destroy all military-class airports and the military infrastructure for the sake of our borders, so that we have guarantees and confidence at least for the nearest time.
А нам головне
And the main thing for us is time. We will bring up combat capability. Well, today when we write this interview, a fuel can exploded and the span of Crimean bridge collapsed. What do you feel in the light of these events? Do you think it should have happened? What is the price to you?
цього ж, напевно, і більшість
I think the most Ukrainians were probably waiting for that. Of course, joy.
пішов за русським кораблем.
The bridge followed the Russian warship. Same feeling, by the way. It only brings joy.
Реально радість викликає. Просто хотілося б зайти вже в нашу.
I would just like to enter our Ukrainian Crimea.
Я надіюсь, що
I
третє
hope that my third deployment will be exactly there.
хотілося б.
I would like it to be.
Що повинно статися з колаборантами, коли
What should happen to Collaborants and Traitors when we deoccupy all territories in Donbass? What do you think we should do with them?
Ну, а вони ж по всій Україні.
These collaborants are countless throughout Ukraine. I think that people like this should be screened and filtered.
Що воно там не мало всі,
That they should not have the same rights.
всі права. Навіть те саме як голосування.
The rights to vote on the presidential elections and so on.
Якось зменшення.
Somehow reduce the rights. Let them live.
Ми ж всіх не
We
переслали.
will not put to jail everyone. We will not expel them. For some reason, they don't want to live here.
Чого їм платити ці?
Why do we have to pay them? The state is now paying for internally displaced and so on. But nobody filters those people who leave.
ну їх настільки багато.
There's a lot of them. It's hard to screen millions of people. No special service can handle that.
Тим більше нас війна.
Тоді фінальне запитання.
Then the final question is, what do you want for yourself,
Для своїх
for your loved ones, after Ukraine will win?
Україна переможе. Ваше перше бажання особисто.
What is your first wish, personally, not globally, for Ukraine?
Може кудись поїхати,
Maybe you want to travel somewhere.
щось збудувати. Ну,
Maybe build something. For example, people often say they want to finish building a house or go for vacation with family.
Я геть так не
I
заглядаю.
don't look that far personally because it's not right at the moment.
З війною. Ну, особисто для себе це. Ну, я досі не одружений, то
Personally, for myself, I am still not married and I want to create a family. All these material things, it's even wrong for us to think about them.
війни обов'язково.
After the war, everything will definitely be rebuilt and we will live better. I sincerely believe in that.
Коли ще
Because when people will realize what are the losses, in fact, and what kind of sacrifice what kind of price is paid.
то вони вже
I hope that they become more conscious. They will change a little and be kinder.
просто люди.
And just more human, that's all.
От і все. Головне завершити цю
The main thing is to end this war.
з повним розбиттям.
With a complete defeat, I see it that way, that Russia will remain completely broken. The troops of Russian Federation,
Це не так, як вони на Харківщині відступили все. Вони перегрупуються,
unlike in Kharkiv, when they retreated and regrouped, they can hit somewhere again, meaning it should be a total annihilation of Russia.
що вони ще довго не зможуть.
They will not be able to threaten or enter someone's territory for a long time.
Ми так наприкінці війни заявили про себе.
We declared about ourselves in every corner. The world knows who is Ukrainian and what is Ukraine, in general.
Ніде в тебе
If you go somewhere for vacation,
відпочивати, наприклад,
when you even speak Ukrainian,
говориш навіть по-українськи, вони думають, ти русський?
they think you are Russian.
Наша спільнота.
We have nothing in common.
Та кожен знає, що
Now everyone knows what are Ukrainians like,
де Україна.
where is Ukraine, and that it does exist.
Ну, я думаю, що це
Well, I think that is the main conclusion. For all of us,
сьогодні Україну
the
знає.
Ukraine is respected thanks to the people like you.
Дякую вам.
Thank you.